Each time we watch GE on this map, they do look a little bit better.
And I think we saw some inklings of, okay, this is what the theory is behind it. They just weren't
if Darian can have his Lotus performance on Abyss, then I don't think GE have a good chance into this map.
DFM will be looking to attack in this very first half.
I really gotta hope.
Push me to do a TikTok dance with Bosa. Yeah, it's not gonna happen, dude. Even Bosa knows it's not a thing.
Finds its value right now. I mean, it really hinges on some of the shots, especially on the
probably would have had
defensive
more
side.
chance to get minis to it.
You know, the sniping and whatnot, but DFM now on the attack. Movements in towards mid.
Yeah, they want
Yeah,
to deny any sort of this
gotta TP out. You gotta TP out. You gotta.
Didn't have that rendezvous
Wait.
set up.
We didn't have the
Darian
TP here.
just nowhere to go. It's just gonna fall.
The second one with the wall bang as well.
Why?
Oh my god. Now DFM pretty much kind of get free reign across the map. Be slowly a little bit in towards B now.
Not a
There are
great
still
start.
some stars to work against.
There's gonna be some long range from Yudotan trying to keep them at bay, but he takes so much damage down to 6. You have to give him space for an inkling. It's gonna be a re-clear from Poppy as well, the high low, but Poppy falling, that leaves Yudotan again with just low health.
So maybe not all hope is lost, but still needing to do quite a bit. Yudotan looking to set up a bit of a flank, but straight in towards the smoke. It's just Jinpung taking down
It's a rough
Crystal.
start.
And Yudotan already
Seems
just
that
taking the
recon
choice
gets
of,
you.
hey, I'll get whatever kills I
But
can.
I mean, yeah, if we're
on
not
the
placing it
exit.
down. But
Gonna run in, see if he can
actually
catch
don't think
anyone
it's
off
down.
guard.
It's not that
Looks
he
like
got
they
hit by
heard some
the
noise right there at the end, so they're
KO
ready
stuff.
for it. They'll mass themselves away. Yudotan should be falling
Okay,
to
that's
the
a
spam
really rough
mark,
start
and
for
again,
G.
a second one
As soon as
for
that recon goes
ultimate
out,
towards that Hunter's Fury.
they just wreck everyone.
It's just how quick the cookie crumbles, you know. Round starts instantly. DFM kind of assert themselves in towards mid. Getting that shot against Darian, but at the same time, the secondary wall bang, just quick off the 0 point.
Yeah, he
Down
didn't place
towards
it.
the
That's
side as
crazy.
well, you know, just being able to find those angles and
That's
tools
such a
against
huge
G.
mess up.
Yeah, and when you get taken out that quickly in the pistol round, right, and especially not having that rendezvous set up, a bit of a mishap on the side of GE. I wonder
Well, we
how
got
much
some,
more confidently you're able to push out mid,
some
because you
regen
have to.
armors.
Wherever the chamber is, you have to take these aggressive angles to make sure you punish them from trying to clear that space.
Yeah, and straight off the bat as well, they
Need
picked
to
the right
set that
site.
up, or at least just give yourself some
Knife
kind
goes
of
in,
escape
hits
route.
no
But
one.
Right now, next round straight in
Gonna
towards
be a
B.
easy plant.
Just
Let's
everything
see
open up
who
for
gets to farm
DFM.
the kills.
Yeah, just stacking onto A side.
Oh, they're all
GE,
jumping.
They take that choice, and
They're all
down
outta
they
here.
go, the Lemmings
Okay,
off
well,
the
no one
map.
gets the kills.
And it is a flawless, not by choice.
So fast furious as always. He's giving this
Well, I
one a
guess somebody's
0.
choice, but at the
He's
end
been
of
doing
it,
reviews, right, at
Yeah,
games.
it's
He'll give
his
this
choice
what,
to
a
really
0
deny
out of
those
10
Althors
stars.
Possibly, and just quickly going next in the next round. So rifles now all picked up all across the regen shield for me. Oh,
You know, in the future,
They could match
I
the
want a
C-shot?
team-
Yeah.
I want
Yeah,
this
yeah,
to be the new meta. All right, on your anti-eco, you go B.
Well, I let
but
them
you have someone
plant,
with
but
the
they
Ares
wanted
swinging
to.
instead
They
of
took
me
the
main.
initial gamble
Once
to
the
see if they're
spike's
going to go
planted,
to
you
their
start
site,
running
right?
to the site
Obviously,
and see
if they
you
go
can
to the
gun them
stack
down
site,
before
then
they
they
hit
can
the
kill a
ground.
lot. If not, then they
Pick up
just
those
jump off.
free ult orbs. We gotta stop this. Stop this nonsense. Anyway, GE now with their own
DFM
buy.
would take it with their buy though,
Send out
right?
recon,
The
it does get
four.
shut down immediately.
They had
So
the 4 bulldogs.
some presence, but not
No one
sure
has to
of the
rebuy
exact
any armor. We
information.
got all the
Crystal doesn't have a
regens.
good out right now. Just some smokes to mask his position. It's gonna be the double fake smokes coming up from
Who have I
DFM,
got?
and then they look
But
to
originally
jump
I
in,
would have
but the
said
fault line
GE,
delays just in time.
but after seeing the map
Time
pool,
for
I
the
will go with
Utah went
DFM.
there from Kelly S, but right now, I mean, Art's still
Just because I
being
think they
able to
should
barrel
win
through
Abyss
in
and
towards the site.
Lotus.
Sees that backside is clear, so the spike gets planted, but Heaven now a little bit more presence out from GE.
Spike is planted in a way where you have to fight on site. They have to just hold on. They cannot back out. It's not a great angle. So DFM, they'll be sending everything. They know there's one Heaven. They know there's multiple in the back of site as well.
Yeah, Art trying to send some util too, has to be a little bit careful with Crystal right around the corner, but straight into it. May now trusting his aim to hold off against the smoke. First kill goes down, picks up the Phantom. GE not quite able to break through just yet.
So much time already passed, and May's still free to just duel back to back.
Yeah, dude.
He's
With his
isolated,
shit,
he's
and no
fighting
one's
so
even gone
well,
through the
eventually
choke at the
gets shot
moment.
down. Poppy and Darian, they open it
It's
up.
gonna lose some
Makai
time
not
no
on
matter
their
what.
side. Akame still holding on to the site, and it has to be a save.
Straight up, just no chance whatsoever. All those
A rough
smokes
start
and
on
everything
this.
cycled through. So much
A
time
really rough
already
start.
spent and burnt, and unfortunate for GE because this bonus goes again to DFM.
Yeah, Jian, sure, he loses out on that weapon, but it was your bonus, so you're pretty happy. You'll still be able to snowball forward. The most important thing is you committed to just staying on that site, fighting for it, and it actually led to a round win. And now, I mean, every time we see May holding that backside, ready for the anti-flash, you got to get scared because we've seen so many highlights from this kid.
Wait, no, not
right
banning Abyss.
they
They just have a perma ban, right?
Again,
They ban Haven as their
charge.
perma ban,
Really
right? I think.
where he's able to make it happen. Still, though, being able to keep some of these guns at least for
They just got
GE,
exposed a little bit
able to
early.
strike back. There is a bit of a
They're two
set
bad
towards the B
maps. They got to
side.
get rid of one of them. They practiced Abyss a little bit. Not so much of Haven.
So they imagine kind of these hero rifles.
Remember they have a stand-in as
doubled
well.
up
Like
and
it's hard to
pushing
get
out.
someone up to scratch for
Rizzo
that
just
stuff.
holding on his own. He cannot land the headshot and eventually gets taken down. Just a little bit of damage against May.
Well, there's another empty site. Drone's gonna secure it. And the next buy round, they're gonna have so many ults as well. Are they not? Because everyone's going to want to go for this. And then get the plant on the KO. We need to keep an eye on Art for sure. They're all going towards Art. Art just gets one kill and one death. Next buy round's going to be lovely for them.
Want to catch info and then back out in towards the site. He's going to see it. He's going to back out.
Can he get the kill though?
There's the recon. Jinbung by him as well. It is more than one. So DFM almost baiting them
there we
in
go,
towards the kills.
lovely.
If Art gets it, great, but if May or anybody else
Ooh,
gets
okay.
it, even better. Art going to continue charging.
That's better than the death I was planning.
For his name as well.
Now finding all that. Just the last one is going to be Elias, who's still able to find a couple of shots.
Still did some nice damage. Did some nice damage, but now we get into a big buy rounds and they got to deal with a KO that's 1 or 2 away.
So far, DFM surely happy with their map pick in the first couple rounds. Not only
Art using a rifle. When Art uses a rifle, he kind of pops everyone. He did it on Paul the other day.
I mean, they're not even giving GE much time to really regroup and say, okay, what do we adapt from round to round?
Yeah, really not too much of it, just given.
Okay, Darien does get the op out over towards middle. EP towards the right side, and we are going straight. Tight hit, and it's Udatan only. He tanks a flash into a... Ooh, didn't get pinged though. Yeah, the ping would have been real nice for this ult.
Hunter Sphere being sent through. It's an all-in from DFM. Straight off towards the off angle though. Yudotan not
it was good though. They made a lot of space from it. Darren's hit an absolute shot there.
Yudotan falling back in towards the smoke just to buy a little bit more time.
Yeah, but now they have so much more room to re-clear, so I love the fast flash, but May is going to get one G up there for the cover,
good as well.
and they'll hold on to the back
Yeah,
of
they're
sight.
just all together. They take so much space with this one. Because of the double smokes as well, they can perma-smoke Heaven, so they force you out into the open on through floor. And then you just got to deal with 2 different angles. Yeah, G off to a rough start. They're going to have to do a little timeout here. Jigsaw, thank you so much. Or Jigsaw, I should be saying, with the 16 months. Thank you, thank you.
Not sure if it calls for a timeout. Obviously,
May, yeah, May's incredibly,
it is a choice
incredibly
whether you call
good.
it now just for tempo, or whether you're going to maybe call it on that next buy round if the player still cannot quite figure it out in the server. But I'll be honest, the more I think about it, it's just like, can you, as a player in the server, are you even able to really process what's going on right now? The rounds have been so quick.
Way too much.
May a top 5 Jules in APAC, yeah.
A bit of a pause
Yeah.
at some point, but all right, G with the eco just straight up pushes out from mid, spots out Gian, but still Gian able to hold back. A bit of a stun, and he's able to find at least
Yeah, for
one,
the
but
eco, they
Akali
decide to go
trades right
aggro
back.
middle. DFM on this one, do a pop flash into swing. As much as G are getting wrecked, DFM have done the most perfect call pretty much every single round so far. If you watch them all back and you would just be like looking at the defense and go, what would be the best strat for you to do right now? I would say they've done the best thing every single time.
He will eventually drop, but no weapon given over.
Yeah, a little bit too hot for Kelly S. You think about possible other players coming through. Mid was kind of cleared out by Art as well, so he's able to set up the link outside of vents.
Yeah, and just look at where they have to go, right, Kelly S, because of that mid pressure earlier that they weren't able to reclaim that area. He has to back out all
The Liquid
way.
Academy
Can't
game,
wait to see if
I
they're gonna
might
protect that Vandal
be
drop.
in plat chat for
Now
it.
he's back on the site. He
If
gets
they win
one
the game,
kill.
I can watch the
Splitting
second game.
1v1s, he's ready. No, he doesn't quite see it. I thought he might be, but looking the wrong way.
A tiny sliver.
Does Darren even expect this guy to be this close?
As well, but right now, holding on to it's just Darien.
Wasn't the cleanest, but he didn't expect him.
DFM
Okay, timeout into big buy round. And they finally have some ults, right? You would imagine? They haven't had the most kills. Yeah, they got some
given
ults.
the combination that they have, right? It's either him or Yudotan that really needs to go out. Everyone else just a supporting cast.
Yeah, the KO flash into the recon
And their
was
last
really
match,
nice
I
in
mean,
middle
Darren
here.
started to warm up. I mean, the desk kind of joked about it. You got to tell him that it's map 3 every time because he really
Elimination
starts to
game,
pick
yes.
things back up. But Maybe this time it's still that first map coming through for Darien, not able to start right off at full speed.
Certainly got to wonder, you know, what that speaks to mentality on the GE side for now. So the timeout hopefully allowing them to kind of reset. Because so far, you know, like you mentioned, even with the game plans, the execution is not really quite there. And it's also
bet
to the
GE was
credit of
happy
DFM
that
who were able to
Abyss
start
is leaving
things
the
off
map
so
pool.
quickly, so hot.
I do wonder if there's a consideration here to go for re-clears yourself. Now, looking at the compositions, I mean, yeah, you're much better at setting up and then planting
Then they
the
ban
Chief
Abyss
or the
though.
Jet
They obviously
somewhere
think the Havens
aggressive so
once.
they can hold that angle, get the early pick, things like that, especially on defense. But DFM right now is so prepared for those early positions. They're just clearing out A main and then mid immediately every single round, back to back to back. So if you just wait for their users to come out first, go for a little bit of a re-clear, and then start to plant your feet. Wonder if that maybe gets you a bit more value. For now, position-wise, Darien going to switch over to the A side.
I haven't looked at the
It's going to be
rosters.
that operator. So it looks like they're going to wait for the early tag on the 0 point and then start to creep back in.
There's that creep.
Oh, but there's so much distance to cover. Recon bolt. Yeah, so here you go, right? You wait for that early util, but he has to get scared and run away. Just too many pre-fire shots coming through.
Yeah, May was kind of holding on to it as well with the blades now. Off to the one and done spot. Drone will suss him out though, so needing to kind of hang back while the rest of the team maybe inching a little bit closer towards B now where Poppy is jiggling.
But when this happens, GE has to have a different plan to push out and gain space elsewhere. Right now, you've just given up A main, and you haven't really gained anything else.
The KO's going to mean that they're kind of trapped over towards site. Let's see what they get on the first swing here.
But you don't really have any space to control to say, okay, this is a deduction, this is where the opponents are coming from.
Into ping, into KO, into send it. Darien is pretty much
really passive plan
going to get a 1 for done here because he was not going to be able to TP out.
With that first shot once again.
Okay, at least he goes tighter angle now.
With him though, so maybe a little bit more support, but now with the null command,
Smoke to make sure. Okay, we just full retake on this one. They got Astro ult to retake, so we gotta try and
Yudotan has to make a good choice on when he needs to pop out. Crystal's waiting for the call as well.
wait for it and just make sure that
just wait for the backup to arrive.
Are they gonna get proactive or not? Okay.
Right now,
this was nice.
Oh,
that's.
And there's the spray from Yudotan. He only gets
yeah,
one.
basically they looked at the Astro ult and they were like, we gotta do something before this Astro ult comes in. And we got 4v5, so they tried to flash over towards heaven. It's nice shots. Okay, they at least did good damage, DFM. I feel like they should be relatively happy with this.
Pick up a round.
They got the Astro ult out of them, so they can start doing their normal off-plant protocols.
Get the read for it and quickly rotating on over. I mean, a little bit more textbook, but also with that fault line keeping them honest. GE able to find a round back into the game.
Yeah, this is a rough one. I mean, because you still get the round win, but you have to invest so much, right? It's double ults, all the util, but you'll take whatever round win you can. And KLES once again trying to get everyone on board.
And it was Crystal with the opening shot.
Knives and
tiny little details of how they're able to spot, you know, possibly players who are trying to get on towards elevated spots, but then it can only work a little bit. Now the tour de force with a peek out from Darien.
It snuck on me. I'm not expecting that sneeze. It was out of nowhere.
They're on defense because this area is hard to hold.
Normally have like a warning.
You play something like the
normally you feel it coming. That was crazy.
Get out without too much risk.
Like a jump scare.
Holding on to it for now.
KLES is still watching window for him as well. So Darien just needs to stay full focus, but the timing, he wants to get ahead of it, but the smoke blooms right before.
May has got a lot of opening kills, and they
really might suggest
that DFM messed that one up.
Really kind of anticipating, especially with the alt audio cue.
Yeah, it's just a hard read from DFM, right? Just saying, okay, are you on B? Because we haven't seen you on B yet. And he absolutely chomps on the bait. Now Crystal, all alone. KLES is nearby for a crossfire from heaven, but it looks like it's going to be a tough one. We are going to have that Cosmic Divide. Jinbeng launches it. It's going to cut off KLES. If he wants to fill the site, they need to be exposed on a high-low. There's a lot of util keeping them tied up, and DFM says, all right, that's the call.
They cancel this one, and Poppy could maybe pop them all the middle. He gets over towards the side. It's going to be 20 seconds left. They're getting a 2 on site.
He reacts to it and says,
that's a great TP.
Meanwhile, Jinbo
That is a
wins.
great-
Yudotan's still alive on the site. He's just trying to stay
Gen's
alive.
absolutely
Jinbo
owned this round.
cleans up mid, but meanwhile, DFM
What a beast.
all the way through the site. A hard read and a great reaction from Jinbung, eventually leading to 7 rounds.
Keeping themselves alive on all fronts, DFM. Despite G's best efforts,
He just sent
to
it
really
in,
try
yeah.
to play
The
to
I mean, the
their
TP was incredible.
composition, right?
TP
Still
and then hit him with
just
the
sussed out by
flash.
the smokes, the mid-round decision from Jinbung to stay
Got a
inside
little bit
of mid
unlucky.
to lurk out against 2 players. And
But it was
also
awesome.
dealing against
Yeah, dude,
Yudotan.
look at the timing on
how
that.
they're able to get into
Incredible.
side, but within
And then
range
after
with
hitting the person with the
paranoia,
flash, gets
Gen
the
from
shorty
the
out
back.
for the jet, and there's just an
let's give
Astra here as
Jian a
well.
little bit of a shout out, right? I mean, it's not like he's solo carrying the game or anything like that. But
GE
me
win
and
one
two
with 2
looking a lot
people
more comfortable.
surviving,
Team
they lose the
seeming
next,
set
money's
them
in
up
the
better for
bin.
success. Darion almost getting spotted as he breaks that door.
Yeah, they need to
You're trying to keep
Okay,
some
I
of
respect
attention
the
towards mid.
aggro
Where is
after
that push out
losing the
towards
aggro
B now,
before.
though?
Yeah, now they do have Yudotan way further out. We have seen this before.
We got a
GFM,
little bit of
G,
bait going
they
on as well,
sense it.
so they
Have
don't
an
expect the
inkling.
other.
Yudotan
He
a
did see the gun
He
barrel.
just has so many angles to cover. He needs to watch his own back as well. Oh, that's way too many targets. Unfortunate timing. And DFM, that's the call to start pushing forward with better weaponry.
Yeah, just a little bit quick and overwhelmed. The shot out towards heaven from Akame as well. Although you have the sight, it still is
Shot.
Kelly S just trying to do as much as he can, but only good for the 1. Now the rest of him trying to come back in to refill, but of course without the guns, it still is DFM able to land the sharpest flicks. Down to just Poppy. 1-on-4, not quite likely. The shorty in his
Okay,
face,
very, very
point
nice.
blank for DFM to collect.
Might be a short one here. Let's see what the
when
next
things are
buy round's
going
like.
well, GN, he can just play it like he does at home, right?
Gen-
We're already
yeah, Gen's
winning.
had
I
some
take
good,
these aggressive
some good
positions.
rounds.
I can play as if I know I'm going to win every fight. 10-2. Great to see the rookie who was put under so much pressure by everybody watching because of how
That would
well
be a
Cess
big
performed
factor
in the
if
offseason.
Gen
But right now,
starts,
yeah, I
like,
get it. It's a bit of a snowball of a
popping
map,
off.
but still great to see him start to get comfortable with the rest of his teammates on stage.
Definitely feeling that, giving him that boost all throughout. Might even say quite a bit for the rest of the day as well. I mean, the series is just kind of getting started. We're already midway through the first map, but DFM looking really, really fluid.
Oh boy, he has no idea
With
that,
another
that they
operator, but-
crossed.
Oh no, he has no
It was
idea.
kind of,
DFM so
I tell you
ahead
what,
of
this
it.
was
They
kind of
know
smart from
that the
DFM,
only thing
right?
G
We got
has
smoke
going
that
for them are
goes
these off
in,
positions.
2 people at the
Crystal
back
will
get
hold
hit
them
by the
down for
recon
now.
and they
Paranoia comes out
purposely
from
run
afar,
backwards
but
after
no
being
entry
revealed,
just yet with
and
the
then there's
jet
one
down
person
for
that beats the
DFM.
reveal that
GN
sticks over towards the
answers
other side
back.
to give him that false confidence.
Just a quick response from Yudotan.
Yeah, that was
as
kinda
well,
cool.
Back towards mid just to check.
Obviously, I don't think
Found
you need
someone.
to be
Straight back in towards
doing
E
that
for
with the
DFM,
chamber.
though. And Kelly sends off the flash just by a little bit of time.
because of
A
the
little bit more
pressure
from
that someone
Heaven
could have
from
beaten it,
Yudotan,
but the bait
not
was
quite
in.
able
Like,
to
I
find too
understand why
much.
he's
Art's
pushing it.
just getting that position up against
Gen
Kelly
is
S.
actually just
Gen with the
popping
2
off.
kills as well.
And now just holding back sight. Already in position for Art. This way they don't have to worry about the front. GN just going to be the scout. Lots of angles
Yeah,
to
the
cover.
only thing I
GN
would
not
say
watching for it. Now
is
Art
if G
knows
really
who
wanted to
exactly
set the
position.
chamber up like all of these rounds,
Poppy remembers Jin was
being
looking up, so
just
he
the
doesn't have to worry about heaven
insta
just
drone
yet.
onto
But
one of
there's
the
still a
sides would
lot
be
of room
enough.
to clear, and Art finds
I
the
think that's
timing,
okay.
And it's gonna be a 9th round win.
Incredible. Just a little
Yeah, it
bit
might be a
too
fast
much
map,
for Poppy in that
for sure.
moment, but at the same time,
These
just
buy rounds
aren't
are
able to play it to
looking rough.
perfection. DFM, getting a good read for how GE can play. And that's just being able to find those counters against it. I mean, I think GE
Has the team
is
go
trying to
about
play
perma
with
banning a
that
map?
as well, right? If Darren does
Depends
die,
really.
they
Every team's
can
a little
kind of
bit
find a
different.
trade off of it, but it's
Some
just
teams will
still
go out there and just practice
not
everything
quite
and be like,
enough.
what do we feel like is the worst?
Yeah, I mean,
Or what is
you
the
might get
hardest or
frags,
the
but you're
longest to
not getting
fix?
space. I think that's the biggest problem
Other
right
people
now.
will literally just go like, what
And
map
at
do
this
you not
point, they're
like?
basically just saying,
Or the
Darren,
cooler will
we
be
just
like, I
gotta
don't
hope
like
that you
cooling
get
on
some
this map,
kills.
or I
I
don't
mean, let's be very honest.
feel like
Darren's
comfortable on
not
this
exactly
map.
fully set up for this either. It's just a recon every start of the round.
Recon and his aim.
There's loads of different,
Unfortunately, I mean,
there's loads of
DFM
different ways of doing it, really.
prepared. This sharp with the reads, you're
Yen
not
is
quite able to react in
pronounced
time. Now the
G-Yen.
outlaw being sounded off towards mid as well.
Ian,
You
okay.
gotta respect it.
Yeah, 2 outlaws, in fact, against this half armor buy round. This is DFM showcasing that they know they can basically finish this map because it's not just because it's an eco, but you know that G has to try to buy up if they want any more rounds in the first half.
And for DFM, they can keep buying up. There's the first shot down towards mid. Darren able to hold one against Akami though, so not too bad.
Yeah, you will keep that space. That's the important thing. Now you have the
Okay, they're going to go back to
so
B.
Do
They expect?
They are going hyper aggressive.
Do they expect
with
Udotan behind the box?
all the way out under window
Oh
as
wait,
well.
they're actually doing the most perfect thing. I'm
telling
telling you, chat. The DFM, the reads as well that they have right now and the calls have been kinda unreal. No joke. Every time. Pretty much every round or every other round to look at the minimap, they are doing the most perfect thing that you would want them to do if you could see the defense setup.
Just keeping him busy, but who's really locked with who right now? Udotan already above him. Does he sniff it out? He does. He sees the gunfire. It's a 1v1. And it's going to be Jinfu who clears it nice and clean with the headshot.
Crouched down as well. Such a good read. Anticipates all of it in full. And now it's just a desperate play from Kellyes and Darien. Needing to go for the save. It's the second round of the last round, excuse me, of the first half, and they really need to really hold on to their guns and find whatever advantage they can going towards the round 12.
Stream sniping? Does feel like it. This is a ranked game, people might be calling for it. The calling is crazy good.
In the first half again, but with 0 creds, nobody else being able to buy, just doesn't feel good. May just showcasing the DFM spray. I mean, DFM, they know they're about to win this map.
Last round before the switch.
I mean, even down to the second half, you know, not quite sure what else you could pull out at the bag at this point.
And, you know, the graphics team was having some fun with those early graphics, but you have to wonder how different might have things been. It's not about the individual skill, but trying to build out a map pool with someone standing in so late into the off season.
Yeah, that is
you
true.
have to rework certain things. You might have the playbook, but it might not suit the exact players. You got Udotan switching back over to
standing, and then one of your mains
highlights,
is doing a role change as well.
Also from Darien as well.
Not like
a
slot in.
To try to build that out across all these maps for the draft, it's so tough.
Truly, to no fault of his own, but still trying to fight back. Poppy in with the judge, holding outside of danger. That's at least one.
Ooh.
And then Darren swings out for the next.
I was not thinking he was going to win this.
Can they keep hope alive? At least an extra chance going into the second half. Spike not planted just yet, so Udotan going to be watching for the far rotate all the way around spawn. Meanwhile, everybody else across is trained on the site.
Spots out the recon too, so they know it's going to come from this spot. Crystal, oh, unfortunately not quite able to land first, but there it is.
Okay, it's all good. The 16 HP judge has cleaned it up.
Darren from the back,
they got
least
2.
able to pick up a second round, so the first half ends 10-2.
It's an attack-sided map, but with how it's looking, I'm not.
At the end of the tunnel, but it is going to be a long one for GE. And I was wondering if we were ever going to see an Odin in the first half, and it looked like he just couldn't quite give it up at the very end. But that is going to lead to that second round given over. Now, if I'm DFM, as confident as we were, like this is where in halftime you kind of got to tell yourselves like, okay, hold on. It's not over just yet, guys. Like, let's not just assume we're winning, right? Let's not just assume we can crawl around the map with the Odin. We got to play what we prepped, because 10-2, suddenly let's say G wins the pistol. It's 10-4. If they convert the bonus, suddenly you got to hope for those ult rounds to really try to close out the map.
Really got to stay
pistol in is doable.
Absolutely right, Chobra. The game is not over.
And then they need to get the attack up out and get a lot of picks.
Still isn't over. You still got to watch out for GE on some of their subsequent map picks, right? I mean, Split has been so good for them thus far, all through our kickoffs. Hopefully seeing how that can carry forward right now. I mean, really just trying to work with what they've got. Darren trying to do what he can on this role. But at the same time, I mean, a lot of credit to DFM for how they're able to recognize and what GE wants to do.
I think a common theme for this entire Pacific kickoff has been proactivity. I mean, we've praised it before, but in past metas, sometimes you had much slower metas where
the
maybe
leaf chamber on this
too
map?
risky,
Yeah, the leaf chamber is really nice.
It really is about clearing space and then holding
It's a good chamber, man.
pressuring the other team to move and make a mistake, really getting those forced errors out of the way. And DFM, I mean, they were pressing every single pressure point on the map in that first half.
Yeah, so much of it all throughout. Or even just holding in case someone does peek out at some point. You know, finding some of these moments against Darien, Udotan.
The vibe looks absolutely dead. I mean,
a lot of it really working out for them thus far.
Get in 2 rounds. I understand it.
See what the changes are. Does look like we may need to wait a little bit longer for a couple things to get sorted. I was wondering because we were looking at the GE side
Do
during
little
that
tech balls,
halftime,
of
and
course.
nobody was speaking just yet, but so maybe a bit of a late start to that halftime. But now
What's my
the
favorite
players
hero meta to
getting
watch?
ready
Dude,
for
honestly,
the
I just like it
second
when
half.
there's a different
Coaches
change up.
finishing their thoughts.
Like at the moment, it's really fun
Now
to watch.
GE, they will have to complete a marathon if they want to extend this very first map.
There's a
their
lot of fun
elimination
stuff
match
going
best
on.
of 3.
Anytime the teams get wrecked,
First map,
it's relatively fun to
second
watch.
half.
As in like new
Crystal's on the
agent
side
or
of
last
DFM
year you
though.
had the
It's
Sky
being
nerf.
Sheriff.
Like where teams are
It's just gonna be
panicking
a
and they've
full
only got
set
10 days to
into
sort
A-man, at the
everything
very
out.
least, right up to the
It gets
entrance.
kind of scrappy and it gets
Clear
pretty
that.
fun.
I mean,
I'm not
given
gonna
the
lie.
position of the trademark as well,
But
I
it
imagine you are
it
looking
shouldn't
to
happen.
barrel
It is a
through,
nightmare
banking
for
on
the
fact
teams.
that it's going to be a bit of a default hold and not too much delay on the side of DFM, especially on the pistol.
Do have the double controller though, so at least the star alongside Jin to try to fend something off. The one-way comes up.
When everything's
And we'll
pretty
see how
balanced
good
and
this
everyone has their
paranoia
own
is from
like
GN. Combination with
style of playing,
There's a
or their
paranoia,
own
but it's
comp,
a
they
little
like
bit
playing
too
certain
late,
maps is
where Yudotan
awesome.
perhaps a little bit too fast, way ahead of it. He's able to peek around, gets that first kill. Backup
The
has
leak
arrived
out
in the form of Bane. He's got
smoke.
that Sheriff, and GN, holds backside with the classics, opening up a little bit extra time, trying to get it there, but he misses, and it's going to be clears from Darion.
Right click, unfortunately, goes right by.
Shot.
Akame only able to get one. Darren with a trade, all down to just Jin Bung. Goes in for the wide swing, spots out Darian with the go, so sharp on it.
Oh, did he? No,
Repositions
okay, he
just to
didn't.
hold.
But Crystal's seen him, I believe. Jinbung hasn't.
I was
I'm
shocked,
pretty
so I was
sure
gonna say he
Crystal
must be
saw him
tempted.
across. Looks like it. There's the shock dart. It's just gonna get the damage done. Jinbung closing the gap, and he finds the timing.
My God, he hit him
Going
on the head with
for
the recon.
kill. It's a reset.
It's actually on his head.
Still 35 seconds.
Holds back, sets up the star. Look at Crystal getting up with the
Holy.
boxes.
It wasn't super convincing, but he gets the kill and he does get the plan done in time as well.
Well, if you ever need an advertisement for the GE capsule, I mean, just spam through. You're gonna be able to get that 1v1 clutch. I mean, that was one of the more tense pistol 1v1s he's had. Both of them just trying to make sure they have the better angle, the better timing. And eventually, Crystal just says, "I've had enough of this," and pushes forward, bringing GE to 3. Still far.
The comeback
from the point to
begins.
get
Yeah, let's
excited,
see
but
it.
now,
Let's see what they
5
got.
buys. You got an Outlaw, 2 Guardians, 2 Bulldogs, full firepower in the anti-eco.
I need to keep as much as possible to keep this momentum going. Drone out, and that's going to be Jinbung trying to come back in to check. Does spot it out. The Outlaw sounded
is
off by
good,
Darren
but
as well, though.
DFM
Yeah, so
not buying
DFM
anything into
knows
this
it's
one, so they
either
can
a
get heavy
fast
armor for
flood or
next
you're
round.
not gonna have too much of an opportunity, so they're already starting to
They
encroach
get
onto the
smoke
site.
so that they can cross.
Backside already cleared, Heaven still covered, but Yudotan in a little bit of trouble. He's gonna extend the distance. He gets 1, and he's good for 2. Good
Yeah,
backup
they
from
had a
his
nice
teammates as
double
well.
hold on back of sight here.
Able to spam away. Akame now onto his elevation, looking for anything possible with the classic, but nothing found, and GE will be able to pick up onto everything. It's a flawless round for them moving forward.
You gotta watch out if you're GE. A flawless to let them try to get a snowball going? This is. I mean, listen, I'm not saying it's close to a comeback or anything. Don't call it yet. But it is
I mean,
the
it's
best
a good
scenario you
start.
could possibly have if you're GE.
It is a good start,
I'm going to wait for one more round at least before
but
I start saying anything.
this would have to be a round.
This is going to be that full buy from DFM after all. The Outlaw maybe need to do a little bit more in this round, but at least for now, DFM with their setups a little bit more towards mid.
GE changing up where they're hitting. It was A and then B, and now some pressure on mid. And it looks to be.
Wanna go for the late night? Oh, we're going fast on this.
Push. They're not stopping.
Whoa.
They're gonna keep going. The drone
What
coming
was
through
that?
fragment will keep them at bay for the time being, but it's just a dash across the stun. It allows Yudotan to pick up the
Did
kill.
he
Sight
pre-fired
for
that
GE once
angle
more.
early,
Rifle
dinked him
upgrade
through
as
the
well.
wall? That
Now
was
continuing to hold
outrageous.
against the back. Crystal watches it in case there is more. Poppy as well in case there are some rotations all throughout mid. Here's the footsteps getting the spray down. That's the first one, but then the trade from Akame. At least strike down on towards B though. But Yudotan getting a little bit way
It's
too
an
ahead.
overstep, but he did a lot of
Still
damage.
3 members for GE. They know that they're quite weak on the other side. Crystal going for the shock dart, trying to get that chip damage or maybe a cheeky little kill. Darian not able to land it. Gian good for 2.
Low HPs
It's a
though,
1v2.
very, very doable.
One shot. Crystal.
Oh,
he can
boy.
land it, and May
Oh
will
boy, they
continue
really needed
to
it,
be
dude.
leading for
They
DFM.
really, really needed
30
it.
HP. And he'll be able to close it out alongside GN.
Just absolute assertion made, not slowing down. I mean, GE were the ones picking up
They got
pace
another buy in
against
them.
DFM, but May says, okay, I'm ready to take that challenge down into 2-on-1. Just being able to take that against them. G had a good idea of trying to get that rush against with the B split, but DFM were able to get some of these kills across.
Whoa.
I mean, look at Chin with the
Wait,
spray
what the-
transfer. Getting a bit of a wall bang against Yudotan as well was such a good read from DFM.
Is this what people were talking about in my chat? Being the ranked demon?
So starting to really showcase what he's good at. 17-6 right now.
No, they
for the
went to
rookie.
aggro, yeah.
12-9 as well. And I think that the ending to that round was just one of the more prime examples of a confidence play, right? You called it. It's a 2v1. You're low on health, and May still just goes for the peak early first to get information, see if he can get a cheeky shot, and he wins that duel.
Really forcing G to really kind of pump the brakes again.
Yeah, a little bit rough on that one. Fast jump peak.
Spotted a couple players out towards mid.
He didn't see anything.
The setup wasn't so bad because you're checking for both angles. You were prepared to go for the trades from GE, but only a little bit of chip damage against GN at the end of it. Drone drawn out, and you're still pressuring mid. Meanwhile, the setup for the B side. Darren will be watching Heaven, but the rest of them, the drone doesn't catch information. Jinbung is hidden away, should catch the KO, so Akame has to back out.
That was
Jinbung
really
gets
nice
out of it,
from
shuts down
Jinbung.
Yudotan.
This area
That's
was
the
like
dog
cleared from the
gone.
drone, right?
Still able
So he
to
waited
hold
for the
again
timing,
as
went
well.
back here,
Second
dude,
kill
and he's
going
just
through
popping
a
everyone.
third. Now
He's maybe
looking
going a
onto the
little bit too
board.
crazy,
Picks
but
it
one
up,
bullet.
it's all onto Jinbung.
He's feeling it.
Poppy
Dude, it was sick.
trying
Just
to
went back
hold
into
off
the area
against
that was
backline.
cleared.
Jinbung
And his
looking
aim
for
was
the
just unreal.
ace. He
Oh,
peeks
and then the
out the
recon
gets the
timing.
ace under his
That
belt.
was sick.
Jinbung for DFM.
That was awesome from him.
Onto map
Well,
point.
any
And
hope for
that's
GE's
how
comeback
you
is just
set up
fully
your
gone.
teammates for the ace. What a nice recon. Good timing.
What good
Jinbung
positioning from him,
putting
though.
that on the board
And he
for
knows
himself.
that people
What
aren't
a
going to be looking at
hold.
this angle because it literally
Meanwhile,
just
I
got
gotta
cleared,
say
so he
from
swings it
GE,
early.
it's still just fixated on all
And then
sorts
just
of
won
angles,
two
but
individual
not
drills.
Jinbung, the one that's been getting the frags.
The recon timing was sick
Just nice
as well.
and calm
That was great.
crosshair placement from Jinbung. A lot of us have praised him throughout the offseason, even in the opening match here for DFM, but continues to prove that value, now shooting up to 15-9, but also just the util has gotten even better than before.
So much. The G are truly forced.
Yeah, we got 8
to pull
chances.
everything out of all the stops. It's the blades from Yudotan, but May looking
Gotta
to
be
get ahead
tempted
of
to
it.
go through that once you hear the
Just
drone,
outside the
holy.
smokes, he goes for the peak. Bit of a one-tap whiff. He's gonna dash right back.
Yeah, notices one too many people, but that's the call for DFM to push out a B main. Akame gets the kill there, and Crystal trying to get through.
Guys.
You do have Yudotan trying to be
Surely.
a menace, but eventually it's all members down on the site, and GE will take control.
Quick enough to make it happen. Now Art just trying to retake a little bit more space from Heaven, find some sight lines, but nothing found.
Yeah, they know the location of each other. Poppy and Kellyus both one away from the Oats. So if I'm Art, yeah, I don't know if I fight this. No reason
David?
to give them an
I mean,
early
fine.
rotation to try to
They have
catch
so
up.
many. They have so many rounds.
Just need that one extra round. You wait for the chance that you can get.
Yeah, and it's looking good, dude. Gen's looking incredible on this map.
Just one round to close
We were
out
talking
this
about it
first
earlier.
map.
Like if he actually plays like this, then this is
GE
a
showing
scary,
bit of
scary team.
resilience.
So far for GE,
I don't even think he
mean,
needs to play
the
this
few
level every
successes
time
they've
as well.
had here coming in is really
But if it
just when
looks
they were able
like-
to go for those
ooh.
rushes. Okay, all right.
Yeah,
okay.
nice, dude. We're getting
I
a
mean,
lot
he
of
gives them
damage
their
done
ults,
here.
but he'll get a couple more towards his as well.
That's a
Great.
fair trade. Okay.
Does
I mean, you get
does mean
three
there's
for
gonna be a
your
lot of
name.
light armors
They'll
here.
get their ults at some point
If they wanna
anyway.
do,
Maybe just pass on this round.
They
and
wanted
focus
to
on
do
when you're
another
able to go for a combo yourselves, but it's really
outlaw.
been the rushes, right? I mean, sure, eventually Crystal lost that 1v2 in the bonus, but even that one, getting onto the site, it's about the fast hits. That's where GE has been able to shine. DFM still holding that default at the very start. But the problem becomes, at what point does DFM catch on? Because you don't have any chances if you're GE. You have no way to adapt after DFM has
Yeah.
course corrected.
And the outlaw comes out, and we got
Hopefully one of those things
every
to
single
consider
person
about
apart from one that
what
can
that
get
could
one
mean
shot.
for some of the future maps as well,
Oh,
given
the
The
how
Odin's
DFM's
here.
tendency
Is
to set up.
behind the
Cosmic Divide looking to make another rush
He's
happen.
behind the
Paranoia already
ult.
sent through and baited out.
recon
Yudotan
goes
now
in,
looking to
and
lead
that
the
gives you
charge,
info that no one's
sees
pushed
the
all the way
auto
through.
tracers, goes up
Omen
through the
is
bridge.
going for a
knocked
play.
out by the rolling thunder. Crystal able to strike back.
They're taking over all
Liked
the way
it
to
though,
the
breach
back
ult
of the
through.
site, but
That was
they'll
cool.
just yield and decide
Breach
to
ult
go
to the
for
left.
plant onto the bridge.
Take a little bit of
Cosmic Divide does
space.
go down, but DFM, they're going to wait for backup to arrive.
Planted.
Jinbung, last one, coming up in mid. Crystal trying to push them out.
the 3 ults now, but obviously need to just win a round.
Well. That's health down for May. Whoa!
Ooh,
What
okay.
in the world is that drop shot? Gets him through the wall. Darian getting stunned. There's
no, you can't be
and
winning
with
this.
the Odin, and now they just slowly start to creep
Can't be too
towards
much
Spike.
time here.
Cosmic Divide, how in the world
How are they
you
all
going
playing
to
offside
defend
with
this
the ult
one?
up?
Oh no, the ability's taken away. Can they
Body
block it?
block.
No, they'll have to restart
Not
the Spike
enough.
defuse.
Breach
There's the
damage. Does it
aftershock.
reach?
Is
Looks
it
good.
enough time though? Trying to block the wall. Hold the door. Can they do it? No. Enough time passed. Crystal going for the calculations.
Okay,
and
not
yes,
too bad.
it
Not too
is.
bad. I like the
GE will
breach
stay
damage
alive
for this
once
plant.
more.
I didn't realize that would reach. It's because of this extra
Down
little
to
box,
just
right?
Pandemonium
That it has that
and
extra
Chaos,
distance.
And with the wire
It's cool.
as well, GE managed to keep themselves inside of it all.
Obviously, you can't really repeat that.
But it came
That's a
so
lot of ults.
close for DFM, almost able to make it happen. I gotta imagine, I gotta see how that shot happened for me. Oh,
I mean, just drop, sees the elbow, goes for it. That's a confidence play right there. And Crystal, just knowing that that's the only option. You had to just push through. You had to get them off of it. But a lot of desperation used. You have to rely on that tour de force now. And it's been taken away, just like that.
a few seconds.
Yeah, but they know the location of it and the setup. So now the stack, look at DFM, instead of pushing out elsewhere, instead of saying we're gonna try to get a lot more space, we have lesser weapons, but we also know you guys have been liking to rush, so we're gonna stack onto the B site.
A lot of people close.
Can he stay alive? Can he get the kills?
Yeah.
No, he doesn't get
Kinda
the kill right
just-
off the peak, Jinbo.
Can just dry face
Slowly
into
creeping
3
back
people
in.
holding him.
Ruh-roh. Oh, that's another one down. Crystal able to strike back, but Akame spots and jumps
Well,
up on top of the
that's
boxes.
it.
Down to just Poppy and Darren, who's still marking the back
Yeah,
lines.
they
but
had a rough
again,
start.
It's taken away.
They had a rough start,
It's
and
the
I do
one
think
piece
that
of
the
strong firepower that they have. Poppy, he's trying to make whatever
Still
work,
got a
but it's
chance?
still a 2v3. Poppy,
Maybe.
Jin,
he's aware of the wraparound though. With this much time, you guys aren't fighting us. What could be the answer? Waiting for Jian, but
Yep.
Jian also waiting.
they can keep waiting. 30 seconds and Spike is down.
Exactly. And he
Whoa,
gets the
whoa,
kill. Whoa,
whoa.
Jian. Okay, that's
Hold
a
up.
double.
20 seconds. Does he
20
realize that he
seconds.
crossed sight? It's looking like he
To another
does.
1v1. Art, does
Whoa,
he have the time?
whoa.
No,
Oh my
he
gosh.
has no idea. They both have no
What
idea
the
where they
hell?
are.
No way.
Whose senses are gonna tingle first?
Oh my god, it's mayhem.
Spike still not cleared. Art senses something's wrong, but Darian will go for
I'm surprised they
safety
managed to
checks
win it.
once
Fair play.
more and brings GE to 7.
7 is getting
We'll keep the
close,
countdown
Joe.
going.
7 is getting close. This entire round was close. DFM had it, especially some of the opening shots, you know, the great read against them. It was a bit of a half buy as well.
Oh,
The
it was
fact
a
that
nice
they made
shot.
it happen this close really says quite a bit. Some of the confidence plays, but at the same time, down to the final moments, the minute details of some of how the angles might have been held allows for GE to sneak out yet another round.
And now the operator coming into the hands of Darian, so he doesn't need that tour
Oh
de force
boy,
anymore,
4
but
people.
it is
Here's a
stack for
recon
DFM. It's a
flash.
4-man trap setup for that play storm. There's May, but there's the rendezvous. A couple knives out already. Can he get the reset? Not just yet. Crystal is going to
Yeah,
help
nicely
gun him
handled.
down with his teammates, and GE will gladly answer back.
Holds out to the back line and now waiting for the smoke to
Does
dissipate.
Dragon the coaches
before
get
they
involved? It's
rush
getting kinda
and
close.
Send a full commit. Gravwell
Like
just
8
to
chances,
defend
already
off
lost
and
4 of
hold
them.
Jinboom alongside Jin. Can they make it happen? Dom towards the off angle. Jinboom able to get the flicks. 2 only. Kellyes and Yudotan to pick up the round for GE again.
DFM starting
Yeah,
to
they
roll
that's what I was thinking. DFM, you
The
gotta.
Treads starting to
does
run
start-
dry one by one.
The worry at least starts settling in. Like, hold
Remember,
up.
still able to buy one more time in the next round. You
Getting-
can
it's
still
getting
get
kinda
by when they have
doable.
armors, but look at this. All the different angles already covered. I mean, it's a good read from GE. As soon as they get an inkling of it, they reset.
Neon a day. Thank you so much for the
Just
prime.
feel
Thank
as
you, thank
though
you.
DFM needs to cool
Appreciate the 6
off.
months. Thank you for that.
That's exactly what they're going to do with this timeout. Reset for the players. Make sure that they get that one round they need. Went to overtime last time against RQ as well. Yes.
Still got a
thanks to
May
some of
here
the
around
heroes,
in them.
especially
Yeah,
for
maybe.
May. They were able to really push through on that one. But you don't want to risk that when you were in the lead for so very long.
Not
It's a
super
full buy
vocal
round
on
here.
Screens right now, but at least, you know, recognizing the tendencies and needing to play a little bit more defensive. Meanwhile, for GE, you know, they can see maybe the light at the end of the tunnel right now.
That's when you have to stay ever more patient. Can't let your mind get ahead of things. And it looks like the GE coaches perhaps reminding their players of that, just sticking to the plan, making sure they relay all information. Crystal went away from the Huntress Fury, but otherwise, GE a little dry on the ult, but obviously strong weapons in hand. DFM, meanwhile, Cosmic Divide available for that retake, so they'll leave that A site open. They'll stack on to B.
Will that work out in favor of GE, though?
Whoa.
Peeks out in
I
towards
say we're feeling
Yudotan.
confident with this. So
Dash away
that's
in time.
I'm still taking that as a big win for
Didn't
DFM.
get the kill, which
Like
is very
I'll
fortunate
lose
for
a main
DFM.
control as long as I know that
Because
the
now
Jet
they
has
get
no
massive
dash.
information on if there's been backup, how many people are there, and exactly which agent are going to be taking their positions on A once more.
Still, though, a little bit of intel there for GE, only spotting out Art. The drone coming back into Reclair as well, and that now
Got another
is when GE kind of
Astro ult, so they
regroups,
gotta make sure they
prepare
play
for
over
that
towards
assault into
site.
the A site.
I like this from GE. You masked that information, but you didn't see anyone peek out from mid. So now you have the reverse reading that DFM has to be holding far back. DFM trying to get ahead of it with the timing. We do see Jinbeng trying to clear out mid, but already the
Hard to
execute
get through
has
this choke
begun
point.
onto the A site.
Really
Flash
hard to
drawn
get through
out
this
as
choke
well.
point,
Now it's
especially
just for
against a
DFM
double
to
smoke
hold.
comp.
Rotation starting to come across, but Yudotan already towards
Yeah,
back site.
they should be
Art
pretty
trying to
happy that
stay
they
and
left site
hold
here.
out towards heaven, looking for some potential spams. Nothing quite just yet.
Go
Everyone
for that
able
good
to dodge
plant. We
everything.
got Sova ult as
Yeah, the
well.
bridge plan as
That
well,
is
so
a
they were
lot
in
of people
danger
playing
on
off site
default.
for
There's
a
Cosmic
wait.
Divide, but look at the position of Yudotan. He's going to be able to get
Weird
info
Astro.
from the back of site. Meanwhile, holding close. Art already gets one kill. Meanwhile, in the back, no, it's going to be Crystal still getting the kills from long range. With the
No,
Huntress Fury, just making
Yudotan
sure
tried
they
to
cannot
dodge his own
enter the
teammate's
site.
ult and
But
got
now
caught
the flood
moving.
has begun. The gates have opened, and May starts to push out. Darian, good for the angle. Crystal, good on the trade, and May has to push. 1v1,
Of course,
and he
bro.
gets it.
Of course, this guy has the hero
answers
play.
the
Someone
call
said it
once
in
again
chat.
to close out the very first map.
Oh my god, May with his cape flowing in the wind, repeatedly making it happen for DFM.
Hey,
when they
nice
need
little
it
bit of
most.
confidence for G at the end here
His
though. They
power
got
truly
they got some
shining
rounds
down
gonna
to those
be feeling a
final
little bit
moments.
better.
Just in a one